welcome to The Rest is Football with Micah Richards, Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. On this episode of the Premier League Greats, the moments that made them, we're focusing on absolutely one of the greats, someone that you may have played against. You've definitely played against. And Micah, we know you played against him and got fairly close to him on occasions. It is the legendary Wayne Rooney, who we've also all worked with, and not on the field, but off the field.
Come on, let's stop all the nonsense. Was he better than you or not?
At what?
At scoring goals?
No, he's better than me at everything else. So.
Okay.
Yeah, natural talent was ridiculous. I mean, when we saw him come in and score that goal at Everton Arsenal, wasn't it? That was the start of something incredibly special.
Funnily enough, that will be one of the moments. We'll come to that shortly. But I think you made the point there very well that it was more than just a goal scorer, wasn't he? That's the thing about Wayne. He could do all of it, couldn't he? He was creative. He could pass. He could tackle.
It was hard, though.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was strong.
Yeah,
he was brilliant at everything. Actually, I mean, I know I joked about being a better goal scorer, but his goal scoring, all types of goals, all of them, tap-ins, 30-yarders, headers. Yeah. You said strong as they come, the best for me.
I think he could be the best player England have ever produced.
I think he's definitely got to be in that argument. Let's have that argument right now.
Okay, but it's different eras.
Yeah, of course. And it's really difficult talking about different eras because things change a lot. We were just having a little chat, weren't we, before about, the warm-up now. What is it? The pre-activation?
Yes.
And that's the warm-up before the warm-up. And
it's in the gym where you get your stretches, your groin.
But even the way, and that would have changed even since Wayne played, probably. That he would probably have been through some of that change. But you've got these beautiful gyms, ice baths, massive areas. We're in a loft here. It's fairly big, actually. It's about probably 3 times as big as a dressing room in our day. You'd squeeze in there and you go play on boggy pitches and stuff. So different players from different generations. I would definitely throw in Bobby Charlton and Jimmy Greaves,
Gaza,
Tom Finney, people like that you'd have to recognise. But it's really hard unless you've seen them play a lot to make that judgment. But Gaza in terms of ability, yes.
Yeah.
But in terms of career, not quite.
Yeah.
Gaza had a self-destruct button. Although you could say Wayne Rooney's got a little bit of Gaza in him, hasn't he? Bit of a maverick. But he'd have to be up there, wouldn't he?
Well, he scored on my debut, and I thought I'd get some footage ready, just in case.
This is not one of the moments.
No, it's not, but I just want to do it, because...
Sorry, Rooney scored on your debut?
No, hold on. Yeah, Rooney scored on my debut for England.
All right, okay,
I was 18. I was fast. I was strong. Let me get it here for you.
What year was this?
This would have been 2006. Analysis. Look at the run here to open up the gap for Joe Cole. I didn't get the assist on this one.
All you did was make a run to open up space for Joe Cole.
Yes, basically.
He's been searching for that for 3 hours on the train here to Lincoln. Hang on a minute.
How important the space is. When we talk about spaces, the pocket of space, overlapping, creating the space.
Was it Wembley?
No, this was away. I never debuted away.
Okay.
We got a draw there. I was up against Robin. Absolutely smashed him to pieces.
On this week's episode of Premier League Greats, the moments that made them, we've got Micah. So basically, Rooney owes his entire career.
Basically, if it wasn't for that space, he wouldn't have scored.
Yeah, my point entirely. Let's start with the first moment, which has to be one thing. You've already mentioned it right at the top. That remarkable goal when he announced himself.
Wayne Rooney. Oh, he went for it. Oh! His first goal in the Premiership. What a special goal.
But the touch and, I mean, everything, 16-year-old to do that against Arsenal and all those great players that Arsenal had. I mean, the touch and then the move and then the finish is just, look at that.
Against Seaman as well.
Yeah. It's just like, wow. Just brilliant.
Look at the size of him.
I know, yeah. He was a man already then, wasn't he? You can tell.
Technically and physically, he was just Because there's always that thing, you know, big hitters. I mentioned before, there was James Milner, Aaron Lennon at that time, Jermaine Pennant a little bit before, Big Meeks, you know, and then there was Rooney. But he was the one who everyone talked about coming through the youth. He was going to be the best thing, and he lived up to it. That's really hard to do.
I think you're right, because you always hear the hype about these 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old youngsters who are coming through the academy and they've been brilliant and they've been great in the reserves or youth team or whatever it may be. And then very rarely do you still talk about them being amazing 10 years later?
Very rare.
Very, very rarely. But on this occasion with him, it's like, oh my word, what a player.
He obviously knew he was pretty good. There's a fantastic quote from Wayne, I've got it here. And he was talking about his early training sessions with these Everton teammates. You know, when he went up from being a boys' teams or reserves team, training with the first team lads, grown men. And he said, I remember thinking, these are crap. I thought the step up would be harder.
Crap. He's actually said crap, did he?
Crap, that was the word.
Wow.
So basically, I suppose what he's sort of saying is that when he stepped up into men's football, he thought they'd be way better than they actually are. But
he was lacking confidence at 16 then as well.
It showed in that goal a little bit, that confidence.
Finish,
It's just
brilliant.
Terrific.
Yeah. There was the commentary as well, wasn't there? You remember the name?
Yeah. Who was the commentator for?
It was Clive Tilsley.
Was it Clive Tilsley?
I'm pretty sure it was Clive Tilsley. I think we remembered it.
I think that goal at 16 sort of summed him up at 30 as well. Even like just the arrogance, obviously the ability, the strength, and the ability to just do what he wanted to do. And I think that at 16 was amazing. And he carried that on all his career.
You played against him, Alan, and one of the moments is that extraordinary goal where he sort of loses his rag with the referee.
Yeah.
And you said you're right behind this.
I was about 15 yards behind it.
And then
my
he did
initial,
that.
my initial was like, what on earth is the goalkeeper even diving for that for? Because it was one of those where I just know what's happening here. And he just let rip.
Ready! Well, if that's what he does when he's injured, watch out when he's 100%. It's an astonishing moment from a true footballing genius.
Apparently he was injured as well.
And he says he was about to come off, Fergie was about to take him off.
And not only that, he was having a rant at the referee just before it happened. And it's brilliant. He's almost done that out of
Can we go
anger.
back just a little bit on that, please? I just want to see it one more time. So can we all agree this is a volley?
Yes.
Finally! It didn't bounce. So it's a volley.
Well, of course it's a volley.
Of course it's a volley.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It didn't bounce. That's the whole point. Headers and volleys. He volleyed it. It didn't bounce. That is what you call a volley.
And when it bounces...
It's a half volley.
On the way up. Otherwise, it's just a shot.
I think we're in agreement that's a volley.
Yes, finally. We finally agree on what's a volley.
I think you're getting confused.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of which, Fuse... This episode is brought to you by Fuse Energy. No one likes a panic buy on deadline day. The smart teams do their business early, not relying on dodgy fax machines. Are they still a thing? Rushed medicals or watching a Plan B target become a Plan C.
The best deals are the calm ones, when you've still got options on the table.
Switching to Fuse Energy is one of those great deals. On average, customers save around £200 on their energy bills, and it only takes 3 minutes to switch. You get 24/7 customer support. You see exactly what you're using day by day, all in one app, and play a part in Fuse's mission to deliver energy that keeps getting cheaper for everyone.
And it doesn't stop there. Switch to Fuse Energy and you could have your question answered on the show.
Sign up to Fuse Energy at fuseenergy.com/football. Use the referral code FOOTBALL. And you could also win a 1990 England shirt signed by the three of us at The Rest is Football. Back to Wayne Rooney. I mean, how about his temperament? Obviously had his moments. There was the Ronaldo thing. against Portugal, where he got the red card. I don't think he was a particularly, tough individual. I mean, he was tough, but he wasn't, he wasn't a nasty player. He wasn't anything like, it wasn't horrible.
Just passionate, wasn't he?
Just passionate.
I loved it.
Me too. Do you think the fact, I mean, he obviously had an incredibly competitive side to him, and he did track back, and we saw the goal where you didn't out there. And but he loved to do that sort of thing. I always wonder whether, if he hadn't have done that kind of running backwards all the time, whether he'd have been even better at the other end.
Agreed.
He was so honest in the way he would track back and chase people that sometimes I remember going to Barcelona. I played for Barcelona. And I started playing there. In those days, it was 4-4-2 generally in most places. And then the ball would go out to the fullbacks, and it was the job of one of the striker on that side to chase the fullback down, wasn't it? And try and get in a tackle. And I was doing that the first 2 or 3 games doing that. And the players pulled me aside and said, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm just doing my job, defensive job. And they went, oh, you've been signed to stay in the middle and score goals. And I went, oh, yeah.
Music to your ears.
Oh. I mean, he epitomised that effort in chasing fullbacks down and chasing midfield players down as well. And I just wonder whether sometimes if he reserved a little bit more energy. I mean, it's hard to say he could have been much better because he's one of the greats.
I just loved his attitude. I think even the nasty side to him, which I think you have to, that was just his personality. I loved that he hated being beaten and hated losing a tackle or hated anyone getting the better of him. And that's probably helped him have the career that he did. But I think he was one of these that wherever he would have played, he would have been the best in that position.
I agree with you. I think it hindered him a little bit, but I think he's one of those players who had to be involved in play. And if he was not involved, he got frustrated. That's why he would run back. That's why he would tackle. That's why he got so many assists. He's just a complete player. I just wish it could have went on a little bit longer.
9 or a 10?
False 9.
Yeah, you could do both roles. You could do away with either a 9 or a 10 and just play him, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But technically, he was so good. Oh. People talk about power, but he had everything. He was
a street kid, wasn't he? He was this kid, you could tell he was just naturally played football in the street as a kid and then took that attitude and that belief out onto the football pitch.
Almost in a South American way.
Yeah.
And look, that sort of technique.
Yeah. But he's
toughness.
He's so humble with it, though. We shared time in Berlin, didn't we?
Yeah.
With him outside of football. Yeah.
I mean, outside of football, he is genuinely a lovely guy.
He is, isn't he?
He's just
great,
and a brilliant storyteller.
He's got banter, hasn't he?
He's got so many stories.
Oh my God.
Some of them are unbelievably funny. But he's great company.
What about when he dyed his hair? We can say that, can't we?
Yeah, I think we can.
We can talk about that because he went on BBC the next fucking day with fucking what ginger ale or whatever.
I think we can tell some of the stories. Harry's going red here because he was involved in the telling of this tale.
Harry, do you want to come and tell it?
Stay quiet, Harry. Stay quiet.
Right. So we had a lunch, didn't we? And it went on, and we were at Soho House in Berlin all day, and we had a few drinks. In the end, we went back to watch the football, where we were filming in the apartment there, and. And the night went on a little bit, and Wazza was with us all day and the filming at night. And then we went back, didn't we, and had a few more drinks and watched the football. Paul Stretford was with him, and they were going to leave, but I had 1 or 2 things to check with the scripts or something for the next day. And Wayne left with Paul Stretford, and I left about 10 minutes later. So I walk into our hotel, and there's a big armchair sat there, and Wayne's in it, just sat there like this. And I went, "You all right, Wayne?" He went, "Yeah." He went, "Do you think Harry would fancy going out?" I went, "Oh, 100%. And then they went out. I think they had a big night.
We're going to have to get a sign-off for this.
Yeah, definitely. Then Harry calls me, he says, oh, Wayne needs to talk to you. He's got a problem. I went, "Oh, no, what is it?" So he said, "Well, he's had a shower." I said, "Well, what? So
what's wrong with that?"
He's dyed his beard and his hair." And I said, "Well, what do you mean he's dyed it? Then Wayne calls me and gets into it. He said, he said, what? He said, I've had a nightmare and all this. He says, I said, how's that? What makes you die? He said, I had this stuff. I said, I got it in Dubai. He said, he said, I couldn't read the instructions because they're all in Arabic. And it was really, really dark and big change. I mean, it's very funny. And then all day he said, and we were doing a program that night, and it was Italy against someone. Can't remember who it was. And he came in and said, well, what should I do? Should we, I went, well, let's work it out and see if makeup can do it. So makeup. So they started to dye, started putting whatever to cover the colours on him all over his beard and his hair. And I think it was mainly his beard. And then they did a really good job. But we sat there before the show, about 20 minutes before the show, and he's going, do you think we should say something? I said, well, there is a way I can do it at the top and we'll have a bit of fun at it. Or we can just ignore it. And he said, well, what's that? I said, Italy have had a bad start, but they've changed their colour for this particular match, as has someone on our panel or something like that. We could do something like that. And he went, oh, yeah, maybe do that. I said, or we can ignore it, monitor social media, see if there's a bit of a maelstrom, and if there is, we'll deal with it at half time. So in the end, we decided to do that, and no one really noticed. No, the makeup they did a great job. But yeah, so it was, but he's great company. Shall we talk about some of his football abilities? Micah, this is your moment.
Oh,
this is your. You know what's coming?
Not this again.
The overhead kick.
Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! And what a time! In what a place! What a player!
No.
Your position.
No.
So
This is. I knew you was going to say that
so
nonsense.
bad,
Go back. I'm going back. I'm sick to death of Vincent Kompany getting all the fucking accolades, and I get fuck all. Right. Play it back, please, slowly.
You're far too deep anyway, as it is now.
No.
You're 5 yards behind everyone.
Vincent Kompany is with Wayne Rooney.
Why are you playing everyone on side there?
Look where your position is now. You're far too back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Aren't you?
I didn't realise that.
Just go back 5 seconds.
Didn't they used to
Actually, you have to go back again.
I never used to play fullback, but I think you should be up on the line.
So yeah, Alan, you make a good point.
You're too deep, aren't you?
Too deep, aren't I?
Yeah.
However,
I don't think it would have saved you though, because Wayne Rooney's not offside.
But I think not only are you too deep, you should be nearer to Vincent.
No. Yes, I agree with that. But look at Vincent Kompany's position. He's only looking one way. He's supposed to be there and there. We talk about that body positions, don't we?
Signed on.
He's not. So we run it on slowly. I'm going to say to pause again, H, in a minute. Pause! Look! He can see his name and his number. Mm-hmm. What do we say about that? Don't do that. So my position here, I think it's Giggs coming in here. I've got him. I can see the ball and I can see the man. Perfect position.
Should you not be a couple of yards further to Vincent?
Yes, I could. I should be here.
I think so.
I should be
then
here.
You can go and attack it because you nearly get there anyway.
But now you need to focus on the slip. Watch the slip from Vincent Kompany. Look, he slipped. He slipped. No one has mentioned the slip. If he doesn't slip, he just heads it away.
Micah, can I just say one thing? As when we do eventually just play this forward, there's a brilliant little motion that I only just spotted from you, where Wayne goes up to head it and you go,
I know, yeah.
Your little head goes like that.
I think I've got it. I think I've got it.
What stage did you actually start to see the ball? Because I know that you had eyesight problems.
At this, you know what? I couldn't actually see the ball.
That's the problem.
That is a very big problem. It is. I couldn't actually see the ball until Rooney's foot was up here.
Yeah.
So then you see me, I'm closing my eyes thinking, okay, I've got a chance here. But that is the major problem, Vincent Kompany. You can play it on now, H. And then you'll see the close-up on the third angle here What a finish, by the way.
Oh,
it's about Wayne, isn't it? It's just remarkable how he's managed to do this. I think you see it on this angle here. Pause.
What? Look.
That's where I've seen the ball there.
Yeah.
That's the angle. And I think I've got it. And look at his leg. Look at his leg, where his leg is. And Joe Hart's position has got to be better than that.
You're going to blame Joe Hart?
He's a pundit now, giving it all this. Talk about body positions. Why didn't you adapt, Joe? You didn't adapt your body position. Roll it on.
Oh, what a goal.
Look at that.
No one's stopping that.
Look at it. Oh. Devastating.
No, it's a brilliant goal. Absolutely. One of the most iconic moments in Premier League history. And another one, of course, was his record-breaking free kick at Stoke. And it was to break, of course, the great Sir Bobby Charlton's record.
It's Rooney. Oh, my word! History! Wayne Rooney does it in style.
But that's what he could do. It's just all types of goals. Overhead kicks. We've seen that. We've seen the brilliant one when he's 16. Free kicks. Whatever goal you wanted, he could come up with a piece of magic, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Top.
Much like Bobby Charlton, you know. And Bobby Charlton was a different sort of player. He wasn't aggressive, as dynamic as probably Wayne. But what a sweetest striker of a football, just like Wayne Rooney in that sense. Yeah.
Amazing player.
Yeah. Do you think, seems a bit ridiculous, slightly underrated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I think it's
longevity. I think if he, without being disrespectful, if he would have looked after himself like Ronaldo, I think he could have got more years out of him. And I think because
do you not think that's part of his makeup, though?
Yeah, a little bit. But I think as well, the United team changed, didn't it? And it didn't really have the same players around him, which would have been very frustrating. That's why he was running about and trying to get on the ball where he shouldn't really be. But it's just, if he would have gone a couple more years, I think he would have been right up there with the Ronaldos of the world. That's how much ability I think he had.
He's in that tier.
It's just below, tier below.
But I think there's a real argument that it could be one of England's greatest. Well, he's definitely one of England's greatest. It's whether he's the greatest. Who else would you put in that category? Bobby Charlton, obviously. I would say Harry Kane. How many goals has he scored? You'd have to mention Harry Kane, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Yeah.
It's just Harry Kane was at Spurs who weren't really winning. Well, didn't win anything, did they?
No. He's won a bit at Bayern.
But that's why he's sort of. But for England, he's been phenomenal, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Ashley Cole,
100 caps. Yeah.
Steven Gerrard. All didn't perform.
It didn't quite happen, probably Gerrard and Lampard. I mean, they still had incredibly brilliant international careers, but didn't probably reach the heights they would have wished.
Agreed.
I just think they're not winning anything with England.
Yeah. But everyone else had good teams as well. We always say that's a golden generation, but look at Spain's team, look at France's team, you know?
Right, our final moment, a hat-trick goal. And it was this one from his own half, wasn't it? I mean, wow. That for me I think that's the best one I've seen from inside, in terms of the Premier League. Because it's...
Look at the technique on
to do
this.
it first and to drill it like so low.
Yeah. Look who's in net. Joe Hart again positioning.
He's supposed to be your mate.
Look at him running back.
He's also the only player I think to have done it, scored twice from inside his own half.
The referee did well getting out of the way this one, But what a strike with the front of the boot.
That technique is clean, isn't it? It's
well done,
that's a pure strike, isn't it?
Pure. Yeah.
The ref deserves an assist.
I think there's so many players would have actually taken a touch there.
Oh, nearly
just
every player.
Just to set it in the button.
Yeah. But also to have the realisation that I need to hit this first time because this is the situation, and also not float, but to drill it.
Yeah.
And it was, what a pleasure. Before we finish this particular episode, working with Wayne.
I love him.
He's settling in. He's having a go at punditry now. It didn't quite work for him in management.
You can definitely tell Workham how much he loves football.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's easy to say, well, he played it, he should love it, but not everyone does.
You can't pronounce Strout, though.
What did he say? Stoke.
Anyway, 3 strapes and you're out. So that's it for this episode of Premier League Greats, the moments that made. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.